D.1 about web technology. So we have another block I want to talk about a little bit. Yeah. So we talk about several blocks. Okay. Yeah. But this another block we need to use in our first project. Yeah. After that, so I will talk about SQL. Yeah. So we need to get us started with SQL queries. Yeah. All right. D.1 Web Technology Review Bootstrap. Yeah. So this was I mentioned before. This is a CSS libraries. Yeah. So this technology, this whole thing is a CSS library. Okay. Yeah. Library. Contributed by Facebook. Okay, first, so because they need to improve their productivity, so in their company, so they, based on their needs, so they needed this specific technology to, improve their web page interfaces. So yeah, they need some. Actually, there is an important idea in when they design this library. The main idea is called the responsive. So they want a technology to be responsive. That property. So what's that responsive property? So we know when we develop web pages, we need to work on the layout, right? Layouts, a lot of GUI components we want to put on pages. But when you put the GUI components on the pages, the locations of the GUI components very important, right? Yeah. So the location, where do you put? So you want to make your pages look good, look pretty. Yeah, so then you arrange. So you use, CSS, the coordinates, to arrange your components, in a beautiful way. But your layouts usually closely related to the page size, right? If the page size is big, then you have one way to arrange. If your page size becomes smaller, then your layout, usually you need to change your layout, right? Yeah, but think about all the users on web, their client machines, the screen size quite different, right? Some people, large monitor, large screen. Some people, very small screen, even, mobile device. Then how can you see reasonable layout? Yeah, the layout has to be changed. But when the layout change for large screen, small screen, can you still arrange the GUI components in a reasonable way, right? Yeah, reasonable way. Still makes sense, right? Yeah. So automatically, yeah, because you don't want to use the manpower to do that adjustment, right? Yeah, manpower. So it's not efficient. Yeah. So they want a technology can respond to the different sizes of the screen automatically. Okay? So they call that specific property responsive web pages. Okay, make their web pages responsive to the different screen sizes. Yeah. So they created this Bootstrap library for that purpose. Yeah. Now, when you change the screen size, then the GUI components will make an adjustment automatically. Okay? Yeah. So still, when you look at, not too bad. Yeah. although not perfect. It's not perfect, yeah, but can be used. Yeah. Yeah. So not messy, yeah, in a reasonable way. Yeah. So that's the reason they developed this technology. So later they contribute to the whole web technology community. So now everybody can use it. Yeah. But at the beginning, so they use inside their company. So then later, yeah, so they want to, you know, make good contribution to the community. So now it's free, yeah, so everybody can use it. Yeah. Yeah. The reason I try to introduce in our first project because we will not use a lot of features there. Yeah, we will not. Yeah. But I just want to expose this popular. This is very popular in the web technology community. Yeah. So I want to at least let you experience it. Yeah. So in our project one, you just use some of the features. Yeah, that's good enough. Some of the features. Yeah. Yeah. Try your best. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me explain this Bootstrap a little. First, we need to install it, right? Or we connect it. Yeah. Similar to the jQuery way. Yeah. jQuery, I mentioned there are two ways. We can download the whole library and put it in our certain folder in our server, in a local way. Another CDN, remote way. The same thing. We can download Bootstrap on our server machine, local server machine. Yeah. We assume we have a server machine, okay? Local server machine. Yeah. We can also use CDN links, yeah. Two ways. Yeah. But here, I put the icons for the Bootstrap. There are 3 versions currently. Yeah. So if you go to the W3 schools, you will see these 3 versions displayed in this way, in parallel, at the same time. Why is that? Because usually when we learn a technology, we always use the most recent version, right? Yeah, most of the time. We use the most recent version. Yeah. So here, for the Bootstrap, why they, you know, all W3 school showing us 3 different versions. Not taking the newest version, B5. Yeah. I just checked it 2 days ago, okay? There are 3 different versions, B3, B4, B5 in parallel. Yeah. So there is some reason. Yeah. So here, let me explain a little bit. Yeah. The first 2 versions, B3, B4, both versions, they use jQuery to implement the dynamic features. You know, because you need to do some dynamic features, responsive, right? A lot of things. You need to use JavaScript to do it. Although it's a CSS library, but it contains a lot of JavaScript code supporting technique. Yeah. Then B5 switched to the JavaScript version. Then jQuery is gone in B5 version. That means B5 does not rely on jQuery. There must be some reason behind it. So I don't know. That's the way it is. So you can see the newest version eliminates jQuery. Just use the, you know, simple JavaScript. There must be some reason. Yeah. I do not know it. Yeah. All right. So that's one difference, one big difference. Another difference related to our first project. So yeah, I will talk about that first project later a little bit. Yeah, so the mobile first. Yeah, so they use the the buzzword in their company, Facebook. One is responsive, another is mobile first. Yeah. So they know currently for web communities, large group of people, they use mobile devices to access the web. So they want to put emphasis on the mobile users on web. Yeah. All right. How to include CDN links. Yeah, similar. You just copy the links. Yeah. Download plus so 2 ways download. If you use CDN, you do not download. Okay, just copy the CDN links on your web pages. Yeah. So here we need to copy. So these links. Yeah. But here the jQuery, you see, the jQuery. Yeah. Because here I show you the example is for the Bootstrap version 3. Okay. Yeah. The example here I show you is this version 3 example. So you need to use the jQuery, include the jQuery CDN link. Yeah. If B5, so you do not use jQuery. Yeah. So you can find the links for B3, B4, B5, yeah. W3 schools. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Here, so why I mention this B3 a lot? Because I like to use one feature in B3 in our project 1. So there is one interesting feature. So I like you to use. Yeah. Yeah. Try your best. Yeah. So if you do not want to use, that's fine. Yeah. I just recommend it. Okay. Yeah. So the feature I will discuss. This slide I discuss. That's called the Bootstrap Graphics. Special icons, yeah, graphic icons, graphics are called. So there is a company made, there is one company, so they made this lot of small icons, graphical icons, provide web community, web developers, so they can use in their web page design. Yeah. So here I show you some of them. Yeah. Yeah. There are 200 something, more than 200 total. Yeah. So large number of them. Yeah. So a lot of icons like this. Yeah. Yeah. But this graphics only available in B3, not available in B4 and B5. B4 gone, you cannot find it. B5, you cannot find it. Okay? So in order to use these graphics, you need to use the B3 version. Yeah. Yeah. All right? Yeah. Yeah. Because the reason probably about the license thing. License. In order to use these graphics in Bootstrap, so the Facebook and that company, they need to sign some agreement, license, that kind of thing. Yeah. But for B4, B5, so not available. So that's why. Yeah, so probably this is one of the reasons W3 schools, so they make B3 still in parallel with most recent versions of the Bootstrap. Yeah, because many web developers they like to use these graphics. Yeah. All right, yeah. So in our first project, we need to use some buttons, right? Yeah, we need to use buttons to control. So when we move the tangram puzzle pieces from left to right, okay, from left to right, we need some control buttons at the bottom. Control buttons, okay? Yeah. So rotate, okay? Yeah. Drag and drop. We can do drag and drop, but we also need to rotate certain degree. Each piece, we need to rotate certain degree, okay? So you need a button. Click the button, then you rotate it, okay? Yeah, so that's one. Another is fine-tune buttons. Fine-tune. Why? Because when you do drag and drop, usually the location may not be very accurate, right? Yeah. So approximate location. Yeah. Because your hand control may not be that accurate, right? Our hand control, mouse dragging, may not be very accurate, right? Yeah. It's very hard to control the location in precise pixels, right? Yeah, it's hard, not easy. Yeah. So then, I ask you to add fine-tune buttons. Yeah. So you can move the location of each piece 1 pixel to the left, or 1 pixel to the right, 1 pixel up, and 1 pixel down. Yeah. Because usually when we do fine-tune, we only need to move, every time move 1 pixel, okay? So you can, in this way, you can make the location of your puzzle pieces very accurate. Yeah. You know, the best place you want to put there, okay? So we also need to add fine-tune buttons. 4 directions, up, down, left, right. So 4 buttons. Then rotation button, okay? Yeah, so at least 5 buttons we need to use. Yeah, so you can, choose appropriate glyphicons, put on your buttons. Okay? Yeah, yeah. For example, rotation. Can you use, this one or that one? Yeah, similar, to the rotation action. Yeah. So when the users see the icon, they guess, oh, we may need to do rotation. Okay. Things like that. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. So in this way, so you try to use a little bit. All right. Yeah. So the syntax. Syntax is very simple. How do you use the here I show the glyphicon, right? So you create a span element. Yeah. Span element. Then you use the Bootstrap classes. Bootstrap contains, many classes. Yeah. For different features, you can choose different classes. Here you need to use 2 classes. The first one, the glyphicon class. Yeah. So the, top level class. So glyphicon, okay? The second one, that glyphicon name. Yeah. So this name refers to, this part, okay? Yeah. So that's the name part. Yeah. Each one, after the glyphicon dash, there is a name, okay? So each one, after that dash, there is a specific name. So you replace this name word by that specific name. Yeah. So then that glyphicon will be displayed. All right, just you see that's little graphic on the button. Yeah. So then you use a button element. You create a button element. Yeah. So when you press the button, you call a JavaScript function. JavaScript. You need to write a JavaScript function associated with each button. Okay? Yeah. So that's how we use it. Yeah. All right. Here, I want to use a rotate figure. This action, I want to show you how to use JavaScript to do this rotation. I use 2 ways. One JavaScript way, another jQuery way. Yeah. Different, two different ways you can use. Yeah. I may give you a sample example. Yeah. So here I talk about. So I may give you a simple sample example. Yeah. So you can play around. Yeah. In my sample example, yeah. So these two simple graphs, yeah, in my sample example, you can see, yeah. One left hand side, one right hand side. One is the JavaScript version, another is the jQuery version. Okay, yeah, to change the angle of each piece. Two span elements with the following CSS property. Yeah. First, you need to use CSS properties to produce the triangle shape, right? Yeah. So, W3 Schools has some pages to show you how to use CSS properties to make these triangle figures, even other figures, parallelogram, other figures that we need to use in our tangram puzzle pieces, the shapes of the puzzle pieces. So then inside the value of the style attribute, so how to control the angle of the rotation. So we know each element you can associate a style attribute. Style equal double quotes. Inside double quotes, look at this property. Transform colon rotate parenthesis certain degree. Certain degree. Yeah. Yeah. So then when you put the data there, so then the web browser will make the rotation. Okay, the transform. The number of degrees, rotation. That's simple. That's the way we use to rotate an element, right? An HTML element. All right. How to extract the degree number? Yeah. For the rotation, you need to extract initial degree number, right? Or current degree number. Because when you make a rotation, you add a new degree number on top of the current degree number. You make a rotation, right? Yeah. Because next time you add another degree number to the current degree number. So more rotation and so on. Okay? Yeah. So the first thing you need to do, you need to extract the current degree number. Current degree number inside the parenthesis. Yeah. So this number. Before degree, DEG, before that DEG, word, letter, yeah. So that number, okay, yeah. Rotate parenthesis, inside parenthesis, yeah. So you know that structure. So you need to extract integer, all right. JavaScript way, yeah. JavaScript way, how you do it? Yeah. First, you need to get a control of that element. Yeah. So element, that is this element, this triangle element. This triangle element has an ID here called a trig LF, left triangle, okay? Yeah. Yeah. So that's the ID of it. Yeah. Then ID, then dot style, you access the style attribute. Okay. Dot, another dot. Then you access transform property. Transform property. So you get it here. Okay? Transform property, you get it here. So you extract, you get a rotate, parenthesis, certain integer, DEG, close parenthesis. Yeah. Then here you take substring 7. Substring, yeah, starting from 7th index 7. Okay? Yeah. The first character index 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, parenthesis 6, 7. 7 is the location of that 0. Okay? Yeah. So you take substring, so you drop the string part before location index 7. Okay? So that means the rotate, open parenthesis, these characters, this substring, gone. Okay? Removed. You chop it. You chop it. Throw away. Okay? So you start, after you chop it, you will get 0, D, E, G, close parenthesis. Okay? Integer number containing the remaining substring part. Okay, all right, so you get that. Then you call JavaScript function parse int. When you call this function, it will only take the integer part and throw away the remaining non-integer characters. Okay? Throw away non-integer characters. Only accept the digits, integer digits. Okay? So you get, in this way, you extract the current degree number. So that's the JavaScript way. Okay, all right. jQuery way, yeah. So jQuery way this way won't work, okay? jQuery, yeah, I tested. Yeah. So if you're interested, you can test some jQuery way based on your logic, okay? Yeah, but here I found one way that works. So I get around this way, yeah, because if I use this way, tested jQuery, it doesn't work, okay? If you can figure out, that's good. So we have another way, yeah. For me, I get around it. So I, get, yeah, so, yeah. But the whole feature works fine. Yeah, but I get around this way, okay? All right. I use a hidden element to store, yeah. Yeah. Because for this one, I use a, yeah, related to this element. Related to this one, I create a hidden, this is a hidden element. Look at the type, hidden element. Hidden element, we frequently use hidden elements in our web pages for temporary data storage. Sometimes we want to store some useful data pieces in our page, but we don't want to show it. So we don't want to let our users see the hidden data pieces. So we use hidden elements to store. So our users cannot see, but we know they are there and we can use them when we need them. Okay? So here we need a hidden element. Okay? Yeah. So we use this hidden element to store the current angle value. So for this particular element, so there is a current angle value, but we store that number in this hidden element. Okay? When we need to increment this number, we access this hidden element. At the same time, we update the element place. Element place. So we have, we use this one and original element, these two, together to control the rotation in jQuery. Yeah. All right. When we need to extract it, yeah, so parse int, the JavaScript function still, yeah, then the jQuery way, we get a value of the hidden element. So this way, through ID, look at this VAL function. We call the VAL function. So we get a value of this hidden element. We extract its value, okay? Because we store the value here, okay? So this function returns the value in this element, my ang2, yeah, to the number, yeah, because you you may rank the number, right? One here, two, yeah. Just some ID. Yeah. So after you extract the number, then when you do rotation, you change this property. Yeah. You use plus, okay? Yeah. And 2. Yeah. All right. So here. Yeah. 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 You do some operations. Yeah. So here, actually, yeah. You increment the value, adding, you store in a variable. So this variable, ang2, this variable, you store updated angle number. Okay? So this is updated angle number. All right? Yeah. Yeah. You need to do calculation. Before you place the number here, you need to do that. Ang2 equals, certain number plus certain number. Okay? You need to do some arithmetic operation. After you get the right value, right number, then you change it using this jQuery way. So this is the jQuery way to change its value. Okay? Then you see it works. So this example, I will post it. So this I create a simple example to show you this rotation feature. So I post it. So you can play around, then you study this feature. Yeah. So, all right, so here I explain. Yeah. So why it works. Yeah. All right. Next, D.2, overview of SQL queries. Starting from this point, we need to start working on hands-on, play around SQL queries, do SQL queries, starting from today, this time. Yeah. So we need to, understand our environment. Yeah. Yeah. So here I talk about that today a little bit. Yeah. Because we need to install MySQL on our computer, PC, your own computer. Okay. Yeah. So your MySQL. Okay. Yeah. Through XAMPP. Yeah. So here I talk about XAMPP. Yeah. So let me talk about the versions of XAMPP. Yeah. So we want to use the most recent version. Yeah. Because every time when we install some software, usually, if there is no good reason, we use the most recent version. Yeah. So XAMPP. Oh, too sensitive. Yeah. All right. But this XAMPP, there is some history. Yeah. We know in the long history of XAMPP, at the beginning, the early versions, XAMPP used the MySQL version, include MySQL, because at that time that's the most popular and the free DBMS, most popular and the free. Okay, DBMS at that time. Okay, so it include MySQL there, earlier versions. But then at some point, MySQL was acquired by Oracle. Yeah. So then XAMPP removed MySQL from XAMPP and replaced it by a similar DBMS called MariaDB. Okay, yeah. So at some point, yeah. So you can see if you look at the description in different versions of XAMPP. So there is a change MySQL. Then at some point, change it to MariaDB. Okay, yeah, almost the same, yeah, but not exactly the same, slightly different. Almost the same. Yeah, but most web developers still like to use MySQL. Okay, so not MariaDB. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because even small difference, yeah, but a lot of hassles, right? If you notice something different, some features slightly different, you need to fix it, find a solution. Yeah. So then people try to avoid it. Yeah. So then there are several years XAMPP using MariaDB. Yeah. So then large number of web developers, so they try to avoid that. Yeah. So some people, they use the older version. Okay, older versions contain the MySQL because a newer version, no MySQL. Yeah. For this reason. Yeah. So then the community, yeah, because a lot of people complain about that. Okay, complain about. In that way, they cannot use the most recent versions of the XAMPP. Complain a lot. Yeah. So then in recent years, they switched back to MySQL. Yeah. They need to talk to Oracle, yeah, because in order to include MySQL in XAMPP, they need to get permission from Oracle, right? Yeah. So they need to sign some agreement. Yeah. So after many years, then Oracle agreed to allow them use MySQL in XAMPP. So the current version back to MySQL again, MySQL. Yeah. So for that reason, we can download the most recent version. Yeah. So no problem. So because MySQL is included. Yeah. So we do not need to avoid it. Yeah. Yeah. But there is a small problem. So here I let you know. So when you install it, so you won't get panic. Yeah. Because the last semester, yeah, when I tried last semester, yeah, so when I checked the version last semester, after I installed it, yeah, because this machine I bought last semester, so I need to install XAMPP on this machine. Yeah. So I installed at that time most recent version, then run everything installation very smooth, no problem. Yeah. But when I open up the interface, after I installed it, because in order to use XAMPP, you need to open the control panel. XAMPP, there is a control panel interface. So you can click buttons, control different components you want to use. Okay. To start Apache, you need to click. I will show you later sometime. Yeah, probably next time demo, because today I do not have much time. Today I give you overview. Okay, basically I give you overview today. Yeah. So next time I may play around. Okay. Yeah. So the demo next time. Yeah. Today is just overview. Control panel. In order to start Apache server, you need to click Apache button. You start it. Okay, running. Yeah. In order to start a MySQL server, you need to click MySQL button, press, running. Then ready to use. Okay, so through control panel. Yeah. But there is one problem. After you start MySQL database server, then you open PHP MyAdmin interface. You want to access MySQL DBMS. Then on the pages, there is a title showing you, title. the title, several places you see MariaDB, all right? You do not see MySQL, you see MariaDB. Yeah. So here I mentioned that. When you see that, you just ignore it, okay? Yeah, yeah, ignore it. Yeah, but what you are using, actually, it's a MySQL. It's not a MariaDB. So here I let you know, so you do not feel panic, okay? When you see MariaDB, hopefully they update it for the most current version. If they update it, so then that's good. You don't worry about it. But last semester, we saw MariaDB on the pages, on the title, okay? So, don't be panic, okay? Yeah, so it's fine. Yeah, just go ahead, use it as a MySQL DBMS. Yeah. All right, so that's the installation part. Yeah, starting from this week, if you want to try, you can try to install the most recent version of XAMPP. Okay, although I have a tutorial. Okay, I have a tutorial, but the installation is very simple. My tutorial is the old version. I need to update. Okay, I need to get a new, most recent XAMPP. Then I take screenshots. I update my tutorial. Yeah. But actually, everything is quite straightforward. Yeah, so nothing special. You just use your, common sense, so you can install that. Yeah. But for Mac people, Mac people, based on my experience, 1/2 of the students can install smoothly, but another half, probably they may have some, various technical issues. They need to search the web. Yeah. Because I do not have the Mac machine, so I cannot try myself. Yeah, I had a Mac machine many years ago, so my tutorial, I had a very old tutorial. That's the Mac version. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I cannot update it, yeah, because my Mac machine was gone, so I cannot update it. Yeah, yeah. But I can give you my older version, so you can get some idea. At least you can get the basic steps. Yeah. Some special steps you need to consider. Or you just search the web, so you can find the Mac version of tutorials on web. Yeah. Yeah. But when you have technical questions, you also need to search the web. Yeah. I remember last semester I have one student. Yeah. One student solve a Mac technical question. Yeah. So I can talk about that later. Yeah. I still remember that story. All right, yeah, so that's about the software installation. Then, because we need to run SQL query examples, example of SQL statements. First, create MySQL database. After you install XAMPP, then you can create MySQL database. Because you have the root permission. You automatically, you have top level permission. It's your machine, okay? So you are the root user. Yeah. The top level user, it's called a root user. Yeah. The password, nothing. Yeah. So the default password is nothing, no password, okay? When your prompt enter password, you do not type anything, just click go. So then you can pass. The default password is nothing, so you can use it as the root user. All right. Download the database script. Yeah, as your first database script, I provide one to you. Okay, so I upload. Yeah. So in Canvas, yeah, because I want to give a very simple database example to you. Yeah. Our first example should not be very complicated, right? Should not be a big database example, too complicated. So our first step, we only have one table inside this database, one table. Yeah. So yeah, it's called animaldb.sql, containing some animal, pets, pets names, one table, doing the statistics, counting, number of pets, the votes, votes on pets. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. And the script.sql file, the script is a text file. Yeah. We know the SQL commands, all text format. It's a text file. .sql. So you can use any text editor to open it. So you do not need a special software. Just a plain text editor. You can open this .sql file so you can view its content. Yeah. So I like to use the Notepad++. Okay. Yeah. So Notepad++. I open animaldb.sql. So I can see all the SQL commands there. Yeah. One command, we need to define table. Yeah. Animal, survey results table. Yeah. Yeah. All right, yeah. Run the database script, we can copy paste. Yeah. If you use text editor to open, then you just copy, everything inside that script, copy from your text editor, then paste in the command window. Yeah. So in our PHP MyAdmin, yeah, in my demo, I will show you that. Yeah. So today I just give you some initial impression. In the demo, next time demo, I show you the details and record it, so you can watch the whole process clearly. Yeah. All right, so the table is like this. Table definition is like this. Yeah. So we use the SQL command to define a table. Create table if not exists. The table name is called survey results. Okay, parenthesis. Inside we define the table columns. Okay, table columns. Yeah. So we have ID column, integer data, yeah, not null, then survey option, varchar. I will explain the data types. Yeah. In our module 2, I will explain the meaning. Okay. Yeah. So here, if you do not understand some parts, don't worry. So I will explain everything next, in our module 2. Yeah. All right. Then votes, integer, all these things. So this is the definition of this table. Yeah. So then you copy paste this table definition in the SQL command window. Yeah. Yeah. In our web application managing MySQL databases, yeah, we have a SQL command window, so we can copy the SQL commands there. Okay, yeah, paste, yeah, there. Then there is a go button. You click go button, you execute, you run your SQL command in that command window. Then you see the result. Okay. All right, so this is then basic SQL operations. I mentioned that before. Retrieval, yeah, insertion, update, and deletion. Yeah, so we can, test it. Yeah. Retrieval, we use select star from table name. Yeah. So here, for example, this one, select star. Star means everything, all the fields, here, each column we also call a field, okay? So star means we want to access all the fields. Here, 3 fields. Yeah. Table name, here, replace the table name by, this is the table name, okay? Yeah, so you need to type survey results, replace the table underscore name. Survey results. Then you click Go button, right? Yeah, this is the SQL command. So you type this command in the command window, SQL command window. Click Go button, you see the query result. Display the data of all the rows. Data of all the rows. Okay. Yeah. So insertion. Yeah. You want to insert a new row. So you type insert into table name. Here's survey results. Okay, yeah, table name. Values, parenthesis, value 1, value 2, value 3, and and so on. You put specific values. Yeah. For the insertion, the syntax, I will explain in our later modules. Yeah. So when we go there, I will explain all the details. Here, just give you the first view. Yeah. Here you see the capital letters, right? The command, SQL command, we use capital letters. Yeah. That's not required. That's by convention. Okay. If you use lowercase, that's fine. Yeah. But capitalize the SQL commands. That's the convention of the community, okay? That's the purpose is to make your SQL commands more readable. That's the purpose, okay? If you use lowercase words, keywords, here, the SQL keywords, we use capital letters. If we use lowercase letters, still works. I saw some people use lowercase keywords, but the convention is uppercases. Convention is uppercase. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So update, the syntax is like this. Yeah. Okay. Deletion, the syntax is like this. Yeah. Yeah. So when you have your own database installed, so you can play around these commands. Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, but here, so deep on 3, I will talk about data format in databases. Yeah. Yeah. But before I go there, because I only have 10-something minutes, so I want to talk about another thing because when you learn SQL technology, another place we can learn from W3 schools. W3 school has the SQL section, so we can learn the tutorials there. SQL section, MySQL section. Okay, yeah, so we can learn. Yeah. So here I want to go to that W3 schools to show you something there. Yeah. Because when you go there, you can play around. You can type SQL commands. Okay? You can get a hands-on experience in my W3 schools. SQL or MySQL tutorials. Hands-on experience. Yeah. So let me show you MySQL W3 schools tutorial about the SQL. All right. See, Bootstrap. You can see a lot of SQL. Yeah. Find the SQL tab. Okay. Yeah. So we want to go there. So that's SQL tutorial. Okay. A lot of topics here. Basic topics. All right. Yeah. All right. So at the beginning, we can use this tutorial here. At the beginning, what I mean is module 1, module 2. When we learn module 1 and module 2, we can use this part. Then when we get into module 3, then we need to use our databases. I mentioned last time in this textbook we have 2 databases. One is called a university database. Another is called a company database. So I upload these 2 scripts, database scripts. So you download, then you install on your machine, then you can do all the queries. Yeah, these 2. Yeah. Before that point, and because you can play around even before you set up your exam, right? Yeah. So some students, your exam already available, you just use directly. You can create and run your own databases. Yeah. But before you get your own exam environment ready, you can, if you want to play around, you can use the tools here to play around the SQL queries. All right? Yeah. So here, let me talk about the tutorial. Yeah. So here, first example here. Okay. Try it yourself. Look at this command. Select star from customers. Yeah. So what's that? Yeah. So let me click the button. Try it yourself. Yeah. So look at, so this is the interface. Simple interface. You can run SQL commands. The right column, this place, your database. Look at it. Your database. Then table name. You see several table names. 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 8 tables in this database. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So you see, yeah. There are 6 tables. So each table, the number of records, another column. Okay? When you click the table name, then you can see the content of the table. Okay? Yeah. So you know the structure of the table, the data. Okay? The data, the content, yeah. The field name. Yeah. So this, the top row, the field names, then the data values. Okay? Yeah. So you can see the table structure for all these 8 tables easily. Okay? Then you can practice different commands. Yeah, because here you can modify. So here you can modify the commands, right? So you can type your new command, okay? To see the query result. But this database, so this is in W3 School server. Okay, it's not your server. Okay, so this is their practice database. So you can run the commands against this practice database. Okay, yeah. So I can make some questions. Okay, I can make some questions based on this database. Before we get module 3. If I assign you some questions, I can make some query questions on this database, so you can practice, so you can, get some experience. All right. Later, when we get a module 3, hopefully everyone get your exam software bundle installed successfully, including those Mac students. Okay? There are many Mac students, including those students. Yeah. So get your exam environment ready. Yeah. So all the technical questions. So we need to find the solutions. Yeah. Find solutions. Yeah. So then we can use our own databases. University one and the company one. After that, so then our database query questions, we will use our own databases. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, because using this database, although at the beginning we can get some hands-on experience, but there are many restrictions. Because in W3 school, you cannot use your own databases. Okay? Although it provides a link telling you in order to create your own, so you need to go to some, because you need to get some special account, right? Yeah. So you need to do a lot of things in order to get an online SQL server to provide you database services. So you need to create a special account. Here we do not need an account, right? Yeah. We just go to W3 group. We, as anonymous users, as anonymous users, we can, practice SQL queries. But in order to work on queries on specific databases, you have to have, so if you want to use this way, online way, you have to have some special database accounts. Then you can do that. Then for this class, so we do not need to get accounts, special accounts. After you install Exam software bundle, so we practice, we work on different databases locally on our local machine. So we have that freedom. Okay? All right, so that's what we are going to do about SQL query practice. All right, so next time I will show you some simple demos. So I use Exam on my machine. Just get you some ideas. And create a database. So we create a database, run the database script, and then the queries. Play around. All right, so that's it.